Hey guys, it's Gamer Ahmer here. So if you are a huge Nintendo fan, you are going to love this pickup, as this is all of your original Nintendo items, and this pickup was a pretty epic score that I found, and I am just so thrilled to open up and show off all of these items with you guys. So let's go ahead and see what I got. So for some people, October of 1985 was a very special time for those who love video games, who had gotten the Nintendo Entertainment System for their very first video game home console. And this video is definitely a throwback, and this just brings up so many great memories. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't exactly born yet around that time, but I did play my cousin's original Nintendo system growing up, and I had so much fun with it. So having this piece right here really brings back some things for me, and it really makes me feel like I am just reliving my childhood with this amazing find, all of these video game items, and this Nintendo Entertainment System Deluxe set. So right here, I actually scored all of these items, plus some others that will be in a part 2 video. So this is actually going to be all of the Nintendo related items. Right here, this is the main crown jewel of the lot. We have this Nintendo Entertainment System. Of course, this is the deluxe set right here. It comes with the original Nintendo system, comes with the Zapper, 2 game controllers, of course your R.O.B robotic operating buddy, your Zapper, light sensing, video gun, the Nintendo control deck, and 2 game packs. So you have your Gyromite and your Duck Hunt. So this right here, I am just so thrilled to have this finally complete, and this box is in very pristine shape. You can tell that everything is just so crisp on it. It has all of these awesome images on here with some different games and everything else. This thing is just so cool. It has this iconic picture right here where of course you have all of these kids playing Duck Hunt, which is just crazy because everyone looks like they're having a blast. I would have loved to have this back in the day. This is just so amazing, and this really shaped video games as we know them today. So this is such a really cool pack, and I've actually learned several things about this particular box. So this one actually says deluxe set on it, so it's one of the later models. Well, if you ever see one that does not have this deluxe set all over the box, you're talking about some very early Nintendo Entertainment System packaging right there. So this thing is just really awesome, and of course I have everything included. So let's go ahead and check that out. So now on to some of the contents in this box here. So just looking at everything in the styrofoam, this is just beyond amazing to see everything with those original plastic bags. We have all of these different papers and everything else included in here. Some of this stuff is still sealed. It's never been opened. This is just beyond crazy to see all of this. It really actually makes me feel like I'm going back in time here and seeing all of these spectacular items just added to my collection, like it's a holiday and I'm opening this up for the very first time, and I'm just so excited to play it, hook it up to the television, play with some of my siblings, and just have a blast. So we'll just go ahead and take a look at some of these items that you should see in your deluxe set. So of course we have this amazing poster right here. I'm sure if I had this back in the day, I would have definitely hung this up on my walls, as I was definitely a poster person. So this is the Nintendo game plan. So here it mentions all kinds of video games on here for the Nintendo Entertainment System. We have some Donkey Kong on here, some Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers. We just have some of these amazing and fun games on here. A lot of my classics and favorites. So all of these Donkey Kong games, Urban Champion, and just some other pretty awesome games on here. We have this classic Duck Hunt, Hogan's Alley, Wild Gunman, all of these light gun games. And this is just so cool to see this poster in some pretty good condition. It didn't look like it's been hung up before or anything like that. So this is just pretty awesome to see. Then of course we have this manual right here on how to set up your Nintendo Entertainment System. It's so simple, a robot could almost do it. So this is just really cool. Of course this says 1986 Nintendo on it. It just pretty much has everything on here, even these little switches and converters and everything else that you may need for your television at that time. So this is just really cool. It even shows how to hook up Rob the Robot. We have all of these different line of visions, and even right here it has this little peel off protective paper from the two-sided tape and attach as shown. So that's exactly what we have right here. So this is just really awesome. You put this on your Rob the Robot, and of course it just says some warranty and service information and everything about your warranty on here. And then of course talking about different parts and everything else that you may need, or if you want to go ahead and order them. So once again we have this. It says this seal is your assurance that Nintendo has approved and guaranteed the quality of this product. Then we even have this awesome mailer. This is right here. It says Rush Dated Club membership application enclosed. So you could go ahead and join the Nintendo Entertainment Club today. So this is just really cool. It even has a 90-day limited warranty and all of this on here. So this is definitely pretty sweet. Probably something that you don't see or find very often, or some of these inserts. Of course, if we just dive right into it, we have this original console right here. This is just so beyond crazy to have this in very beautiful shape. And then of course we have the main attraction right here. We have this Rob the Robot. So of course he still has all of these bags on him. He looks like he's in really great shape as well. And then all of these different attach cables for the television. We have all of this, the plug and everything in here. This is just beyond crazy. Even these controllers, so it would have came with 2 sets of your Nintendo controller. So here we have both of these. Even this light gun, of course we have this pretty awesome gray light gun right here, this zapper. And then we have a couple of these box games. So I'll just set these aside for now. And then of course all of these different parts for Rob the Robot. So this is just pretty crazy that all of this stuff is included in here. It even still has all of these caution pieces of paper right on top for this extra pieces right here. Still has this caution sticker on both sides of here as well. So this is pretty crazy to add to the collection, to have this beautiful collection right here, this beautiful set, and this is just so beyond crazy. I have to put it on display somewhere, really showcase this beauty and everything that it is, and eventually get some gameplay with this Rob the Robot and see how everything still works. So this is just beyond crazy. Now on to a couple more items that actually came with this entire lot right here. So of course right away we have this pretty neat little controller, and this is one of those quick shot controllers. So this right here is just really cool that it has this box included with it. So this is one of those third-party controllers. Of course it was made for the Nintendo Entertainment System. and it has all of this included with it. So here, this is your wireless Whizmaster for the Nintendo. Right here it says, quick shot, there was 15 million sold worldwide. And it even says that it requires some batteries, and it even recommends which type of battery. So this is pretty cool that we have this receiver right here for the quick shot, the Whizmaster infrared receiver, and then of course we have this pretty awesome controller. So this right here was this pretty fancy technology that they used to have back in the day. Of course, I've used some of these different style ones, and they just usually don't hold up very well. It's definitely not like it is today with the wireless capabilities. It's just very heavy and very clunky with all of this included. So, of course, you just go ahead and plug in this part right into your system. And then you would use this right here. And this is exactly how you would play. This is the NES Advantage. And this, of course, right here is what you would know as your fight stick style. And this is definitely that early on style controller. It says real arcade joystick. So you could use these for your Kung Fu. It even tells you that you could use it to defeat the fire-breathing dragon in Super Mario Brothers, using rapid fire for unbeatable quick fire ball tossing. So this is definitely pretty sweet as well. So this also has everything included with it. And on to another controller, we have this NES Max. So this is another pretty interesting controller. This one I actually remember playing with. It says maximum control for the most challenging gameplay ever. So here we just have this really awesome looking style controller. Just has a little bit more to it, and then it has this turbo option as well. Of course, this one has the box with some of the paperwork inside, so you can go ahead and get this free membership. And this is where you can join the Nintendo Fun Club. And then we have this instruction manual for this controller right here, and then once again another little poster. So I just love seeing all of these included. So this one is just a smaller version of the large scale poster that we saw earlier. This one says, now you're playing with power. And of course this has even more games on here. Of course we have The Legend of Zelda, and we have The Adventure of Link, some more Donkey Kong games, Metroid is on here, Excite Bike, just some other really awesome and fun style games. Now on to a lot of these games that were actually included in this lot. So I actually learned quite a bit about some of these certain style games. So of course you'll notice that we have a lot of these black box games in this set here. Now there's about 30 of these black box style games, and this just really makes me want to go for all of them. Of course, if we're talking complete in box, a lot of the ones that I don't have in this lot are very expensive games, especially when you find out why. So these ones right here are some of the early release style boxes, and a lot of these are just pretty crazy that I even have these now. So of course when we just look at some of these boxes, you'll notice that there's this little hang tab on the back here. So it's not like a regular style game that just has a normal back where there isn't a hang tab. This right here was actually used back in the day if they went ahead and hung some of these up. So you'll see a lot of these hang tabs actually unpunched and in some really terrible condition. It looks like these ones are in pretty good shape, at least most of these in this lot are, but I just learned a lot about these different style boxes, which ones have some pretty crazy seals on the top. So right here we have this duck hunt game. Of course this one was one that I remember playing at my cousin's house. I just loved going after these ducks. Of course that dog would definitely get on my nerves as well. So this one right here is just so cool to have in the collection. It's just a really awesome style game, and this definitely was at the beginning of my love for those light gun style games. So a lot of these have the cartridge and the instruction manuals in here. This is just really crazy to find all of this in pretty decent shape, especially with how old some of these are, and just something that you don't find every day. Usually you find these carts. I don't have very many box games in my collection, but this just really makes me want to go for a set, and this is just so cool. So this even says Light Gun Series right on the front there, and then you'll notice that particular Nintendo seal right there, and then this little hang tab. And then another neat thing that I actually noticed about a lot of these cartridge games, so when I went ahead and opened these up and actually took out the carts, I noticed something very interesting. So on the back here, this is actually a 5-screw game for the NES. Now, I have not seen these before. I actually don't own any of these in my collection, and this ended up changing over the years, and they only have the 3. So this is just really cool. As you'll actually notice in this lot, all of these black box games are definitely among the earliest. They all are the 5-screw games, and they just have these pretty awesome hang tabs on the back, and some even have these really awesome stickers. So we'll just go ahead and go through this box and just see everything that we have. So then of course onto this game. This actually came with this robot series over here for Rob the Robot. So this was another game. This is one that I have not actually played, so I'm actually really looking forward to playing it. Of course we have this hang tab on the back, and then of course if we open up this, we have the instruction booklet in here as well. And once again, you'll notice that this is a 5-screw back. And then on to several other games in this box. So of course we have this Ice Climber game. So this one is also another one of the early style games. Right here on the back we have this hang tab variant. This is a part of the Action series right here. This one actually looks like a really fun game. It says it's only you and an ice hammer as you make your way to the top of the mountain. So this one will definitely be a lot of fun to play. Don't believe I've actually played it. Once again, in this cartridge, we actually have these 5 screws as well. So to go ahead and save some time, all of these black box games actually have 5 screws in them. So I thought that was really cool and really lucky that I actually got a lot of these among the very first style games. So then of course we have this game. It says hit the slopes of Mount Nasty for the challenge of your life. So this one actually looks really fun. I may have played this one back in the day, and this is just so cool. So this one once again has the hang tab on the back, and this one is another pretty fun game. And then moving right along, we actually have this pro wrestling game, which I remember playing this one back in the day, and I had so much fun. I loved playing all kinds of different wrestling games growing up. I played them for pretty much every system. This is a part of the sports series, and once again the hang tabs on the back. It comes complete with the 5 screws as well. And then onto this golf game. So I just love how back in the day they actually had games where the sports were literally just the name of the game. So they didn't have to go crazy and start naming them with professional athletes and everything else. So this one's actually really cool, as it comes with this as well. So we have the instruction manual, the cartridge, and then of course it has this little paper in here talking about different lengths and club types and distances for when you actually play the game. And then on to this baseball game. So this is another one that I really enjoyed playing growing up. This is another one in the sports series. So this one is just really cool. It also once again has that hang tab and the 5 screws. And then on to this game, we actually have this Mock Rider. So this one says programmable series, and this game is actually a lot of fun. I remember playing this one. It says, it's a thrilling race to save the planet on a course you can create yourself. So this one's actually really cool. It shows right at the bottom here that it's for one player, and you can go ahead and have this design in here, and then you can go ahead and ride these courses. So once again, it follows with this hang tab and 5 screw. And then it looks like we are coming to an end on some of the box games, the black box versions. So this one right here, I actually found very interesting. So this, I actually noticed the soccer game, a part of the sports series. This one has the hang tab on the back, the 5 screw cartridge, but on the top here, it has this really awesome Nintendo sticker, and it doesn't look very shiny. It has this matte style finish on it, and it's fully on here. It says Nintendo. So actually, back before they went ahead and sealed games with that plastic seal, they actually sealed them with these pretty awesome stickers. But of course, over time, you would know that that would cause some thefts to happen, and it would be pretty easy for people to actually steal some of these carts right out the box. So this is just really cool that this soccer game has this original seal on here, and the hang tab's still intact, which is pretty cool. And this is just so crazy to have such an early game along with all of these others in the collection, and this is just so awesome. And then I learned something else as well. So on this last black box game that I added in the slot, we have this 10-yard fight, and this is once again a part of the sports series. So this is kind of like your football style. So 10-yard fight, you're the quarterback in this amazingly real football game. So I also noticed that this one has a sticker on it, but this one has a much more shiny finish to it. It's kind of like this gloss style sticker, and when you lift it up, it looks like it imprinted some of the Void letters all on here. So it says Void underneath. Kind of has like this foil effect to it. So these are definitely two different type style seals right there. So this one would have came first, then they would have had this one, and then they would have went ahead and just started sealing a lot of the games. So on to this game. This is the last in the lot that I added that actually have this hang tab, but you'll notice that this one actually appears to be punched out. So here we have this commando style game. It says destroy the enemy army, which this is actually a pretty fun game. And this one is of course another 5 screw game. So this is just really cool. Comes with all of this information on here. All of these different instruction manuals and everything are included. So this is just a really awesome find as well, to have another 5 screw style game. And then on to some more games, as we have this box full of them. So here we have this ice hockey game. So this is a part of the sports series. This one's just like your regular ice hockey, fast-paced action at the drop of the puck. And then on to this Tecmo Bowl. So here we have this. You've trained for it in the arcade. Now strap on your helmet and go for it. So this is definitely pretty cool. It says biggest arcade hit. And I remember playing this one back in the day when I was learning about football and everything. So this is pretty cool. And then on to this game. So of course we have this Major League Baseball, America's favorite pastime, brought to life with all the excitement of a real game. And then on to some of these games. We have, of course, one of my favorites. We have this Batman Returns game. So it says Gotham City is desperate for Batman's help. And then on to this game. So of course, this pickup would not be complete without some Zelda. So here we have The Legend of Zelda. It even comes with a lot of the maps and the strategic playing tips. So this is definitely pretty cool, as it has all of this included. So we have all of the different maps, the instruction guide, and then of course we have this gold cartridge. And this looks like it's in beautiful shape. This is one that surprisingly I did not have in the collection just yet, as I was holding out for one that looked like it was very clean, and this gold does not have any scratches on it. It doesn't look like it's in bad shape at all, so I'm pretty excited about that. And then of course we have this little spot where you can see through it. Looks like a little cardboard cutout. So that's always pretty cool about this particular game. So here I actually found this included. So these are all part of your Konami style games. At least I'm pretty sure I put all these together. So yeah, these are part of the Konami style games. So this says Konami introduces 10 ways to heat up your Nintendo Entertainment System. Of course, it names all of these different games in this collection right here. And as you see, I actually have a lot of these in the set. So of course, one of my favorite games that I love playing, of course, right here we have this Contra game. This is definitely such a great game. I have so much fun every single time I go back and play this game. Has all of everything included, the instruction booklet in here, the cartridge, and this is just a classic game. It's so much fun, and the characters in here are just so tough, so rugged, and I just learned that they do have these pretty awesome Funko Pops as well for this, so I figured that was pretty cool as well, and I'll have to find one of those. Of course, we have this Blades of Steel from the makers of Double Dribble. And right here we have this other Fight for Victory in the hottest hockey game on ice. Then of course some Top Gun action. You're a high-flying fighter jock, the hottest pilot in the heat of a battle. Then of course they made tons of different controllers. There's flight simulator style controllers for the NES, and I have quite a few of those in my collection, so I'll have to go back and actually play this game. And then on to, we have Track and Field and Track and Field 2. So of course we have both of these games. The Armchair Olympics are on the air, and then forget the gold and go for the endorsement bucks. So these are of course sequel to the other. So this is definitely pretty cool to have both of these as well. And then on to this Double Dribble game. So this is for all those basketball fans. The ball is in your court and it's time to play a little 5-on-5. So this is definitely pretty awesome as well. And a lot of these boxes are very crisp. They're very clean, very nice. And I'm just so beyond thrilled to include all of these now in my game collection. That's a lot of Nintendo overload for anyone watching, and it's just insane that I found all of these for such an amazing deal. So as you can tell, I hit the Nintendo jackpot. So all of these items are just so amazing. They're so beautiful. They're in really great shape for the amount of time that these have been sitting aside. And just to see a lot of these items earlier with all of the original bags and everything, the zip ties are there, everything's included. It's just beyond crazy to me that someone had all of this just tucked away and they were going to give all of this away to Goodwill. It's just beyond crazy. So I'm just so thankful that I met that person. They actually let me give them some money to go ahead and take all of these off their hands so that they didn't have to just donate it to Goodwill and have it go to those auctions, because this would have all ended up probably on Goodwill's website, went into some sort of auction. And just these crazy amount of games here, all of these classics, these older style games, these black box title games, these hang tabs, the sticker seals, everything that I've learned about these different variant games is just beyond crazy to me. And these are all in such beautiful condition. Everything still had a lot of the baggies on top, a lot of the stickers and everything else. A lot of these papers right here don't even have rips or tears. It's just beyond crazy to me that all of this was just sitting very close to me, and I'm just so thrilled that I have all of this stuff now in my collection. I'll have to get all of this on display. I'll have to get some of these games actually tested, play some of them, relive tons of childhood memories, and just go crazy with all of this. So of course, seeing all of this Nintendo stuff right here, did this bring back those memories for you? Do you remember getting this deluxe set right here for some of the holidays, opening it up, and just remembering having all of this stuff hooked up and just going crazy and playing all of these awesome Nintendo games? If so, go ahead and comment below which games in this stack here that you particularly remember. Do you remember playing with Rob the Robot? What are some of your fondest memories that come from this pickup right here? So of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out my other videos and stay tuned for more.